Morning and welcome everyone, and to a morning that I can assure you will be the most fascinating half day that you will have spent with some of the most incredible companies, not only in Canada, but in the world. But first, I'd like to thank some people, and I know they've been thanked by Wilfred, but I want to echo it again, because despite our best intentions at the Consulate, we could never do something like today without your help. So I want to thank the Pittsburgh Technology Council, especially Brian Kennedy and Claudia Garcia, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, particularly Pete O'Neill, Larry Nelson, and Yana New, the Center for Trade Development, and to Wilfred. And let me just state one clear thing here. I have not seen a state, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, or any other state, do as much on international development as this state. So it's a tribute to the people that serve you in this state. And I want to thank everyone at the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. The other thing I want to mention, and I'm going to be really sincere here, is when we acquired responsibility for Pennsylvania, which was mid-September, my staff came down here, and when they came back, they said, "You can't believe this city, Pittsburgh. It is an incredible city. It's a city where we'd all love to live." And I say it because I think this city here, and everyone in this room, have written the book, not only on urban renewal, because you're well past that. It's not about renewal, you've arrived. You've written the book for all of North America on how cities can grow and prosper together. And on top of that, you're at the center, the nexus of this incredible energy revolution in North America. And it's unfortunate we call it energy revolution like I just did, because it's more of a technology revolution. And the same thing that is happening in the Marcellus is happening in Canada's oil sands. And that's why we're excited to be here to talk to you about this incredible asset. But first, let me tell you a little bit about myself. So the Consulate, based in New York, is responsible for 5 states. It's responsible for Jersey, New York, Connecticut, and as of September 15th, Delaware and Pennsylvania. And Wilfred was right. I really wanted Pennsylvania. I wanted Pennsylvania because of the incredible technology and innovation that is occurring here. And one of the core missions that we have is to make the consulate that is based in New York the innovation consulate. And that's why you're so important to us. I am privileged to be representing my country, Canada, in these 5 states. And I don't say that lightly. To represent my country, Canada, in a country that I not only respect and admire, but adore, is truly a privilege. And I say that because, for a moment, I want to set back a little bit about what we're going to talk about, business and commerce. I want everyone in this room to think of what the world would be like if every country in the world had the same relationship that Canada and the United States has. How 2 sovereign nations can peacefully coexist to provide security and prosperity for each other is truly a marvel. We are the role model for the world. And when I talk about prosperity, let me just put it in a context. We have the largest trading relationship in the world. It's just under $700 billion in goods and services. That's 1.8 billion every single day. It's 1.3 million every single minute. By the time you add up Wilfred and myself's chat and Brian this morning, we're well over several millions of good trade. It means every single day 400,000 Americans and Canadians cross that border to visit friends, family, do commerce. It means that 35 of the 50 states in this great country called Canada, their #1 export market. And the rest were close number 2. Those are interesting stats. But the one that I really care about is that trade with Canada supports 8 million jobs here in the United States. When we look at Pennsylvania, as Wilfred mentioned, Canada is your largest trading partner. Let me add a little bit of context to it. You trade more with Canada than the next 4 countries combined. The two-way trade between my nation, Canada, and Commonwealth of Pennsylvania is some $24 billion. It supports over 300,000 jobs in this state. It's an impressive stat, but we can do a lot more. And that's why we're here. We can do a lot more for the benefit of Canada's energy sector and for the benefit of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Canada has an incredible resource in the oil sands. I often say that we've been blessed. In fact, by Canada having this incredible asset, all of North America has been blessed. Canada's oil sands represent the third largest oil reservoir in the world, but 170 billion barrels. It's the third largest. We believe with your help, your technology, your innovation, it could be the largest reservoir in the world. That's for a benefit from both the security and prosperity for this country. What I mean by prosperity, our estimates is that by 2035, 465,000 jobs in the United States will be supported by Canada's oil sands. Approximately 45 billion in goods and outputs and services tied to this economy will come from Canada's oil sands. For every 2 jobs that are going to be created in Canada in the oil sands, we estimate 1 will be created here. We know of, personally, approximately 1,000 U.S. companies that service Canada's oil sands, many here in this state as well. But we believe that 1,000 could be several times larger. And I mentioned how much I admire, adore, and respect your country, but I don't represent all of your country. I represent the people of this state, my country in this state, and I want to see those jobs in my 5 states, and that's why we're here. We have an incredible asset. We have incredible companies. The companies you're going to hear from today are our leading energy companies. I should particularly note that I was just informed early this morning that at the top 100 ranking of sustainable companies, within that top 100 list, and this is a global list, 3 of our energy companies, 3 of our oil sand companies were ranked in the top 100. The environment's very important to us. So today, I encourage you to sit down and talk to these companies who are fast-growing, who are interested in your engineering solutions, your environmental solutions, your fabrication and manufacturing processes. We're excited to be here, and I encourage you to have a very prosperous day. I want to also highlight an individual who, here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, has done incredible service to Canada. I want to highlight and acknowledge our honorary consul here in Pittsburgh, Roger Cranville. If you're here, Roger, he's not here, I apologize. So, in absentia, if you see him, please thank him for all the work he's done between Pennsylvania and Canada. And now I'd like to turn it over to someone I met this morning, although I know quite a bit of her work. She's done exceptional work, and I think she exemplifies the collaboration that's made this city so strong and great. Collaboration between so many different groups and stakeholders here in the Marcellus, and I'm referring to Catherine Klaber, the President and Executive Director of the Marcellus Shale Coalition. She's been a strong advocate for the Coalition's member companies, working closely with officials, regulators, and the community at large to realize the responsible development of the Marcellus and the Utica shale natural gas. Thank you for coming today. We're privileged to be in your company. Catherine.